How are you doing, guys? My name's Andy and welcome to this Learn 10 Songs in 10 Days for Kids. This is designed for kids of all ages and especially designed for people with small hands. So we're using a few tricks of the trade to be able to get anyone learning real songs as quickly as possible, and many of the chords and things that we're doing only require one finger to be down at a time, so hopefully you guys will find this really useful. If you need a bit more help with perhaps choosing your first guitar or tuning your guitar or any advice kind of like that, that's all in the introduction video to this course, which is part of the playlist here on YouTube and also on the Andy Guitar website and the app, where there'll be a little bit more information, chord diagrams and a bit of a lesson write-up to really help you play these songs super well. I hope you're going to really enjoy this. I'm very excited about it. This first song just uses 3 chords and it's actually the most popular and most well-known song in the world without a doubt. This is how to play Happy Birthday. The other songs in this series are all kind of modern pop songs that I hope you'll really know and love and enjoy, but I had to start with the most popular song in the world. It is the most common. It doesn't matter what age you are, you will have heard of Happy Birthday. Everybody's had a birthday for sure. We're going to be getting on with how to learn this, and we're going to start off by playing what we call the G major chord. Now, the G major chord can be commonly played like this, but one tactic we're going to be using in this series is, for some lessons, we're just going to be playing the thinner 3 strings. So we're going to pretend like these thicker 3 do not exist. These are much thicker, they're on the top of the guitar, and we're not going to strum them. We're going to be just strumming a thinner 3, and that means we can play it just with one finger. Now, if you have smaller hands or you're super young and you're just getting started with music, you've never done this before, you may wish to just use your first finger, your index finger, and we could do that absolutely fine. The only thing we'd want to check is this is at the 3rd fret, so 1, 2, 3, and it's on the 1st string, and we would number our strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're only strumming strings 1, 2, 3. And we can put our first finger down here, and we want to be at this good side of the fret. This is where we want that finger to be, and have it right on the tip, curling over. And if you can use that 3rd finger to play it instead, even better. That would be fantastic. But we don't want it over this side of the fret, because that means you'll have to press down harder, and that's not what we want. We want it over this side so that it's going to sound really great, and it will sound like this. One more time. And when we do that, we are playing a G major chord, which is the first chord that we can play. You could strum this with your thumb. You could strum this with your first finger, and I would advise using the nail of the first finger. That sounds a little bit brighter. Or better still, you could use what we call a pick, or also known as a plectrum. This is one of my picks. I think they're pretty cool, an Andy Guitar pick. And for kids, I would recommend holding them between your thumb and 2 fingers like this, and that's how I would get started, and we would strum like this. However, these can be a little fiddly, people can drop them often, and there's no need to use a pick if you don't want to for this particular course. So that is our first chord, the G major chord. Strum it along with me there, and that should be sounding really cool. The second chord is going to be a C major chord, which would normally be this. Again, a big stretch for the hand. It was actually my first chord that I was taught on guitar, that big stretchy one. But all we have to do is put this first finger just here. So this is the 1st fret of string 2. And then we want to get used to playing the G and then a C in this fashion, and again just strumming from that 3rd string. 1, 2, 3. Now you may wish to pause this video and have a little practice of that, but they are the 2 easiest chords that we can play, even just using one finger. The 3rd chord that we need to play Happy Birthday is a D major chord, and there is no easier cheat with this one. This is kind of a full proper D major chord, okay? So we have fingers 1, 2 and 3. The trick here is to try and have your fingers on a bit of an angle, which is where this thumb kind of pivots towards the top, and we have 1, 2, 3. Again, checking that those fingers are not at this side of the fret area, but at this side of that fret area. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and they are all scooched over to the good side of the fret. And when we press those down just enough, it should sound like this. Now when we're pressing down 3 fingers, we can definitely start to get those lines on our fingers, and it can start to become a little bit uncomfortable. However, I want you to realise how little you need to press on for this to ring out. The guitar type you have does come into a factor at this point. You know, if you have a better guitar and it's set up well with the strings exactly how they should be, it can be much easier to press down. And if it's incredibly difficult to press down these strings, you may want to get your guitar checked out at a guitar shop or by a friend who does play guitar and can check this kind of thing. But those are our 3 chords, and the way that we're playing them is just by strumming the thinner 3 strings. And we're playing the G, the C, and the D. One more time. G, C, and D. Here's a quick demonstration of how we're going to be playing Happy Birthday in this manner. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And a happy birthday to you, if it does happen to be your birthday today. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? But there you can see we've got a certain order of these chords and a certain time to strum them. So hopefully you know how to sing Happy Birthday, and if not, you can just rewind that and have a little practice along to me playing there. We want to know how those words go first, and then we strum at the same time as saying a certain word. There's a chord and lyric sheet on the website, andyguitar.co.uk. That's the top link in the description. But I'll have a little help on screen now for you guys as well. So I'll show when I strum here, but I really want you strumming over this sound hole, and again, just strumming the thinnest 3 strings like that, okay? Using a pick or not using a pick, it's all good. Do whatever feels comfortable to you. So I'll demo my strum here, and the first chord was that first G major chord that we played. Again, I've got my thumb over the top of this guitar just here, and I'm using my 3rd finger because it can become more comfortable to use that if you have slightly bigger hands. But if you have super small hands, you can use your 1st finger and have your thumb around the back of the neck to keep it right on the tip like this, and that can really help these strings ring out. It really can. And then this can become something that you do, and you can get better at which fingers to use and that kind of thing over the coming days and over your coming practice time on guitar. So that was Happy Birthday. Then straight to that tricky D chord. Happy Birthday. So strum it again, and we're strumming on birthday. So from the top, that was a G for Happy Birthday. And then on U, strum the D to you. Strum the D again. Happy birthday. Back to G to you. Strum that one again. Happy birthday. And to that other 1 finger chord, the C chord that we did. Happy birthday, or say the name of whose birthday it is. Back to the G. Happy birthday. You could, easier way of doing it is just to go to you. Just strum that G again. But for the clever clogs among you, and I know I've got some clever clogs watching this video, you could go Happy birthday to you. And see how what we're working towards to do a change that quickly. This is a bit harder. but I'm actually keeping the shape of that D major chord when I'm playing the G. So I've only got this one finger down on the G, and I'm trying to make the shape of this chord in the air while I'm playing that, and then it becomes really easy to change between those chords. That is something to work towards when you're practicing this for a few minutes after this video, okay? And then you can perhaps come back to this video and have another play and sing along to me. That would be really fun. And then we'll get on doing a new song tomorrow. Wouldn't that be great? So that is definitely the hardest thing, or the hardest part of this song. That other change was to the C. Again, just moving my fingers there like this so you can see, but we actually want those fingers to be as close to the strings as possible. Keep them close. We don't really want flying fingers, we want them all close to the fretboard. Let's have a go at that a couple more times now, because I really want to encourage you to pick up your guitar and play along to me as much as possible. So let's have one go at that now. Starting with the G chord, and on birthday we strum. Happy birthday. Change chord to the D, to you. Happy birthday to you. That was back to the G. Then we strum the G again. Happy birthday to the C chord, you guessed it. We've got that first finger here. Happy birthday. Back to the G. Happy birthday to, that's a D, and then finally on the G. So those have been all our practice runs, okay? We're going to go for it this time. You've got those chords on the screen so you can see what's coming. Strum along with me this time. Let's get confident. Let's do this. And let's make sure we're trying to relax and just have fun with this. Don't get frustrated in these early days. You can rewind this video as much as you can to have another practice at it. But this is the final attempt of this video. This is what we're aiming towards. Play along with me, starting from that G chord. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Really super well done if that's something that you can do, and if not, you can have a few attempts after you've watched this video or rewind again to get any bits a little bit better than you may have missed. Or even if that wasn't working for you at all, I highly encourage joining me tomorrow for day 2 of this course, because we're going to be using skills based on this, but you do not have had to play this perfectly for tomorrow's lesson to work for you, because tomorrow's lesson is based on the same skills, but it is at around the same level. I was almost going to make tomorrow's lesson day 1 because it's such a good one. Really cool pop song. In fact, the rest of the songs in this course are all kind of more modern pop songs that hopefully you'll have heard of. So have another practice of happy birthday now. Try and play along to me again if you wish. And I hope to see you tomorrow for day 2 in this 10-day course. And the main thing to take from this, if nothing else, is whenever it comes to learning music, trying to pick up and play your instrument, whatever instrument it is you learn, try and pick it up most days if possible. Try not to let it go too many days without you picking it up. And we're encouraging that every day on the trot for 10 days. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. I'm really excited what results we can get from you guys taking this course. I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.